What is up, guys? My name is Jack Gardiner and welcome back to another free lesson on a Friday. This one is going to be all about vibrato, which I think is actually a topic that is very often overlooked by especially modern day guitar players. Before we go into the teaching part of the lesson, I must just ask you guys, please, if you do like this content, please make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click that little bell for notifications. I make free lesson content every Friday, but it's not only just that, I'm going to be releasing my original music super soon. I can't wait to share that with you. I also do gear reviews, gear demos, things like this, so yeah, there's something really for everyone who's into guitar. So guys, thanks again. Let's dig into the teaching part then. Okay, so where do we even begin with vibrato then? Well, I think it's important at first to understand what bad vibrato sounds like. I'm going to try and demonstrate that now for you. So we'll take one note. This is when it sounds rubbish in my opinion. See how there's just no kind of flow? The note is actually sharp when it shouldn't be. These are things that we need to bear in mind. I honestly think vibrato sets, like good players apart from the very good. It all depends on these little tiny details when I listen anyway, for me personally. I know there'll be other people who disagree out there, but I think it's really important that you are listening. Again, I say this in all of my lessons, it's important to be honest with yourself when you listen to your playing back. Is it good? Does it sound how you want it to sound? So, where can we begin then in terms of how we can fix this? Well, I think the first thing to note though is that vibrato should not come really just from the fingers, this kind of sound. No, it's not going to work, or even it sounds bad. For me, when I play vibrato, it depends on which finger I'm using to play the notes. Let's try with the first finger first. A lot of it comes from this part moving. So if you watch that part of the hand, it's more like a pull down. Let's try a few different fingers. Again, all of it's coming from here. That's where the rocking motion comes, if you like. Now, it's important to understand what vibrato is actually doing, I think. I like to visualize it as, say, here's our target note, and we are essentially doing this. Imagine that's all perfectly lined up. We are just going above. Now, a lot of people might think that it goes below. That's impossible due to the nature of the instrument, unless you've got a whammy bar. Think about it, you're creating this mirage in movement with the note. So, that is one basic way of doing it like we did before. But it's important to understand that there are many different ways you can approach that vibrato. You can play with a fast vibrato, something like this. Slow vibrato. A wide vibrato. Small vibrato. Tons of different ways. Now this is all just with actually pushing down on notes. Of course there are other vibrato techniques out there. You've got the whole slidey vibrato thing. You've got the side to side vibrato, much like classical, where we actually take off the thumb and rock the wrist, so you get... That can sound actually really beautiful at the top of the line, so imagine you go... My old teacher Tom Quayle, he does that quite a lot, and it just sounds glorious when he hits that top note. I know I'm not maybe doing it justice like he does, but yeah, I love that sound. So how can we actually practice this then in a kind of practical way then? Well, I think it's important then to view it in terms of a rhythmic value. So if, for example, you were to take a beat and we've got, say, around this tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, around here, what we want to do then is view this in terms of 8 notes. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On every fourth note, I am going to bend this a semitone up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, etc. Now, this might seem silly at first, but it's just getting your fingers used to this idea. Of course, you can use a metronome if you want, and it will help immensely. I'm just doing it with my foot for now to make things easier. But then what you would do is essentially double that speed. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on every 2 and 4 now, I'm bending up. Now the important thing with vibrato is to make sure that you are actually dropping down to the original pitch. A lot of people, they bend up and they stay sharp, so they'll go, and that's when the vibrato starts to sound bad. So you must make sure that you are always coming down to the actual pitch. So that's the first way, and then of course you would just continue to speed that up. Another mistake there, I mean, you don't want to apply the vibrato on the one, it just sounds really weird. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. You want to let the one go, and then you would just go 2, 3, 4. I hope that makes sense. Now, another thing is when it comes to the bending and the vibrato. This is one thing which a lot of people find quite difficult actually. So, what I would suggest to do is take like basically a full tone bend maybe if you can first. Let's just try this one. And then slowly apply the vibrato there. Again, you don't want to bend down. Our target pitch here is actually this note, so we want to hit that note and then just give the mirage that it's going above. Of course, you can go a tiny bit below, but we don't want to go so flat that we lose this reference note, which is what I often find happens when people try this. Let's just try that again. So we're after that note. And again, it's coming from this part and the wrist, I guess, movement. It's not from the fingers. You should practice that in different areas of the fretboard to get used to it, you know, like you should try down here. It's going to feel different to, say, here. Or even this note. It's all about feeling the different tensions across the neck and how basically you can manipulate them to your own will. So guys, I hope those little ideas all made sense. I mean, I really do think the vibrato, it can make a good player sound great. It's one of those things, it's all about the little subtleties for me. Make sure you're listening to guys like Josh Smith, Eric Gales, you know, John Mayer, all the blues guys really. They just seem to have a way of doing this that is so controlled and so, really nice to listen to. I think vibrato is one of those things that it either makes or breaks a player. There is a video out there, Rick Graham put out a couple of years ago called Bad Vibrato Ruins Live, and he is spot on. Like, for me, if I hear a player play the most ridiculous line, it doesn't matter if that last note is going to have poor vibrato, it kind of ruins everything that comes before. Anyway, enough of my ranting. Guys, if you did enjoy that, please do make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click that little bell for notifications. I want to know what you guys want to see next on these Friday lessons. I mean, I love putting these together and I am always open to suggestions. So if you did like this, please do let me know what you want to see next week down in the comments or send me an email. It's worth pointing out, guys, I do have a ton of lessons about these kind of things and how to improve your phrasing and stuff like that over at my website. I'll leave the link in the description. Guys, thank you very, very much again. Until next time, cheers.